It's that time of year to think about spring cleaning your diet to help with better digestive health. So joining us this morning with her 3 simple dietary tips for better digestion is registered dietitian Andrea Holwegner. Hi.
Hello, Leah.
Thanks
Thank you for having
so
me.
nice to see you again.
Yes.
So we got a few things to cover here, but I love that you've broken it down into 3 simple tips. And this one, people don't realize. Your digestion really likes routine, doesn't it?
It does. I always say the gut likes routine. It does not like to be stuffed. It does not like to be starved. It wants to know regular amounts of food are coming throughout the day, which is why I have a clock here.
Right.
So we're looking at eating every 3 to 5 hours. It's
Okay.
got to happen in order for good digestion.
And that includes a snack. If you're not having a big meal, you just got to
bet.
keep it going.
We often find those smaller meals a little more often are just easier for people with sensitive tummies.
I think so, myself included. Absolutely wonderful. And then, of course, if we're talking about the gut, we got to talk about fiber.
You bet.
Yeah.
Fiber and fluids. Fiber and fluids
yes.
have to go together.
And they go together, right? They
You
work
bet.
together. How does that work?
So as you slowly increase the fiber level of your
Right.
diet, if you don't put fluids with it, you can imagine this is not very comfortable.
Yeah,
There's a lot
right.
of solids moving through the system, but it's not going to be soft. So fiber and fluids, we want to marry those together. 2 to 3 liters of fluid is what we're after per
That's
day.
a lot.
I know, but fluid could be, you know, putting some lemon in your water bottle, mixing up an iced tea, but
Oh,
use real
nice.
tea, not the sugary stuff.
Right,
real
right.
tea.
Real tea, yes.
Flavor your waters with fresh lemon, something to get you going.
And it's the water that keeps everything moving too, right?
You bet.
Okay, interesting. And
bet.
slowly move up with your fiber
Slowly
intake.
moving up with fiber, because of course you can imagine increasing really quickly could actually cause some digestive distress. So
Right.
fiber-rich foods we're after are your things like broccolis, asparagus, all of your berries,
I love the
pears and
berries.
apples at this
Yes.
time of year, fantastic for fiber.
All those whole
all your whole
grains.
grains.
Yeah.
Really great things to add to your diet.
Wonderful. And then you're saying probiotics, right? And we've been hearing a lot about probiotics, how good they are for your gut. And what do they do for you?
You bet. So you hear a lot about probiotics or even fermented foods in
Yes,
general. So
yeah.
what we know about, you know, traditional fermented foods, whether we're talking about sauerkraut, wine, of course yogurts, kefir, kombucha teas, they actually add that friendly bacteria into our digestive system.
Oh.
And what that does is it just helps to move things through easier and can even help to dissipate some of those minor digestive symptoms that we may have, such as gas or bloating.
Right. You've got a few examples of this. And one we were talking about earlier, which I think is such a great idea, are these two combined.
In this, you know, I have a 4-year-old at home, so
Yes.
2 of his favorite foods are yogurt and peanut butter. So why not marry the 2 together? I made this up based on one of the dietitians in my practice saying you can't dip in
Yes.
peanut butter. And, you know, yogurt on
doesn't
its own,
stick.
you could do that,
Yeah.
but when you marry these, it's this creamy, rich, delicious texture. So I've got a plain Activia yogurt, great for probiotics in here. Add some peanut butter. Any ratio will do, whatever you like.
Right.
You can dip it with raw veggies, or you could use it more in a sweet
Ooh, like
capacity
with an
with your
apple.
yes, bananas, apples, pears, delicious.
Yum, yum. And we already touched on the berries, but berries are so good for you. And you can put that with the yogurt.
You bet. So I brought a different spin on a traditional yogurt parfait, which is of course one of my favorite ways to boost my probiotic intake for my digestive system. What I did here is I actually put some black quinoa. So you
Ooh.
can cook this up. It even freezes. So if you like something
And
like
freeze
this,
it and it's
it
okay?
takes a little while to prepare. So
Sure.
cook the quinoa up. You can cook it in milk or water, depending on whether you're looking for some additional calcium. Serve it fresh or freeze it in little containers or Ziplocs,
Right.
so it's ready to go for your yogurt parfaits. You could use an oatmeal here as well.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And then
Oatmeal,
top it, I put a nice vanilla flavored yogurt on there. Any flavor will do, whatever you like. Any kind of fruit. I
Right.
put berries because they're some of course, the best in fiber.
And the nuts.
And nuts.
And nuts.
And
Why
even,
are
I
nuts
forgot
so
about the
good?
quinoa. I even put a
Oh, yeah.
little bit of almond butter in there just to add a little bit more protein, some delicious flavor in there.
Oh, see, that sounds so yummy. I could eat that right now. Andrea, thank you so much.
You're
All
welcome.
these tips, of course, on our website, breakfasttelevision.ca.